I gave up my future for him, man. I had plans, bro. College, a whole different life.
I'm already knowing.
You don't know. That's what I'm telling you. What I lost, that shit gone forever. And I put in work, bro, 15 long motherfucking years. Built something real. I ain't about to let this just snatch like it's sweet.
Just saying, if you want to rip that crown off the king's head, bro, you better be ready to run through it. Sling that mug. I'm talking about throw it down. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's going on, fam? It's your man, VACAY-J, and yes, today I'm going to be covering episode 4 recap for Power Book 4 Force. Listen, if you're loving Power Book 4 Force, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, absolutely like, and definitely comment below and hit that notification bell so you get all the exclusive clips and videos that I drop. So today we're going to be covering episode 4 recap. Yeah, definitely powerful episode, revealing episode, and definitely check out all the recaps that I did so you can get all caught up. So let's get into it. First thing we see is glow, and she's definitely giving your boy Tommy that glow. Yeah, he was a little thirsty, and she definitely gave him something to drink. And yeah, they are getting it in and having a good time. Now we shoot over to the barbershop. And we see Elijah talking to Jannard, and Jannard is just going in about, yeah, how he's been running CBI for 15 years, and he's not giving up the power just like that to Diamond, just because, you know, Tommy's been coming around and everything. And Elijah's just like, yo, if you're going to run this thing, then you're going to have to be ready to throw down, as you saw in that exclusive clip. And Jannard is like, yeah, he's ready to throw down and do whatever it takes to definitely reign supreme and be that leader of CBI. And Elijah definitely is putting the battery in his back. He's riding with him, but at the same time, I don't know if he's really riding with him. So now we see your boy Jannard, and he's talking to, yeah, your boy Mac, right? Mac, what we found out and put 2 and 2 together, he is the nephew of Tommy, and he's the son of JP Gibbs. So Jannard is like, listen, I'm going to need you to put some boys together, put some guys together, but definitely smart guys, you know, not just anybody, but definitely some smart guys. And Jannard is relying on him because, yeah, it looks like, you know, he definitely knows who's who, and he's breaking down this guy, that guy, because he knows everybody in the street. So he's like, all right, listen, just bring them together, just bring the bodies together. And Jannard is like, listen, bring them together. I'm going to definitely take care of their mind. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about, you know, influencing them or trying to convince them. Just bring them here and then I'll take care of it. So now we see your boy Tommy. And Tommy, again, he's plotting, he's planning, he's talking to Liliana. And, you know, they're definitely like on some, yeah, we got to do something different because that whole CBI meeting with the Flynns didn't go too well. He's like, yeah, I'm not really worried about that. Really, I'm focused on getting to the Yardies, right? The Yardies. And she's just like, nah, don't do it. Like, she takes a marker and X them out, X out the area. He's like, yo, don't even do it. And she goes in and like, yo, why are you even here? Why are you like setting up shop here when you could be the king of New York, you know, being that your boy Ghost is gone? And he's like, yeah, Ghost is gone, but New York is dead. You know, I'm here now to do whatever I need to do. So they go into talking about how, yeah, it's not good to be doing business with them. And then she tells him like, yo, I don't know why you doing all this, because basically, and he's like, what? He's like, yeah, basically you doing all this for little scraps. And he's like, nah, you looking at it the wrong way. He's like, listen, I want you to keep tabs on Claude Flynn, because she got something going on. Can you do that? Can you definitely keep tabs on her, follow her, see what she's doing, because she got something else going on. And I want to make sure that it's legit. And at the same time, I want to see exactly what she's doing. So Liliana's like, yeah, I could definitely do that. Shoot, I could find out whatever, right? So she's now on a mission to find out what's going on with Claude Flynn and to get that information back to Tommy. So now, speaking of Claude, she now goes to some guy, and he looks like one of the Jimenez brothers, man. I swear, he looks like one of the Jimenez brothers, but she's going to him to share the new designer products, right? New designer product that she has on hand. So yeah, she's showing it off, showing what it looks like and everything else like that. He's like, oh, what's this? Right? And she is definitely proud of her little exclusive product that she got going on. So she's like, yo, try it out. He's like, and she's like, oh, just a little bit. Don't go overboard. So he tries it out. And obviously, yeah, he definitely likes the product. He's like, yeah, where did you get this from? And she's like, listen, you asking the wrong questions, bro. Like, don't ask me where I got it from. You need to ask the right questions. And, of course, he's like, okay, how much? So, he waves the guy over to bring the money or whatever the case is. And he's like, yeah, it looks like they're going to be doing business, right? So Tommy goes to see Diamond, right? And he's like, yo, we cool? He's like, yeah, we cool. You can have a seat or whatever. And Diamond's just like, yo, that stuff that Walter Flynn was talking about, it used to bother me. It doesn't bother me anymore. Then the funny part is, one of the guys comes over to take an order. And Tommy's like, yeah, just give me coffee. And he gives this look, and he looks at his boy over at the counter, and they just go in on Tommy like, yo, we ain't been slaving over this stove for years for us to serve coffee. You need to go to Starbucks for that. And they start going on. He's like, listen, if you're going to sit with the champion talking about Diamond, you might as well eat like a champion and all this and that, right? So they go in like, yo, forget both of y'all. So here comes your boy, Vic Flynn. And Diamond's like, yo, I didn't say you could sit down. So Vic is like, yo, I don't believe that you did that. I don't believe your people did that. That's not CBI style as far as, taking out anybody. So I don't believe that what Paulie said was true. I don't believe what, my father said is true. So now Diamond's like, okay, well, with all that being said, now you can sit down, right? So he sees that he's not acting like his father or Paulie. Right, so they sit down, and Vic is just like, yo, I want to do business with y'all. I like the plan that you got in place, and I want to make sure, everything goes down as far as, the Flynn family legacy, because my father, I don't like how he's doing business. So Vic is basically saying he wants to work with Tommy and Diamond, and they're like, yo, but what about your dad? Like, what's going on with that? Like, you sure your dad gonna be okay with that? And Vic is just like, yeah, nah, we don't have to tell him. Diamond's just like, nah, secrets definitely cause problems or whatever. So whatever you saying as far as you not telling your father, it's like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that because we know your father's well connected. He's going to find out one way or another. But your boy Tommy's just like, yo, if you want to do business, it's on you. We can make it happen and we can do it. But listen, we got a lot to cover. So the guy comes over and Vic is like, yeah, I'll take a coffee. And he's like, what? He about to go in on him again. Now we see your boy Paulie, right? And Paulie is walking through an area where it looks like, there's a lot of homeless people. And he's walking through over to somebody. We don't know who that is. Kind of find out this is Paulie's son. So that alignment with the Irish, even though he's Polish, right? And all of that, he's like trying to get money to take care of his son. So he gives him a bag that his mom, that his wife put together for his son. And he's like, yo, I need money. He's like, I'm not giving you any more money till you go to rehab. So it's obvious that, he's on a product. But he breaks down, gives him some money for his son, and his son gives him a hug. It's obvious now. Paulie has a son that has some problems too. So all of this product on the street is definitely affecting families. All right. So now we see your girl Liliana, and she is on her mission, her spy work. She's putting in work, and she's spying on Claude, right? She's spying on Claude to see what's going on. At the same time, she's recording, taking pictures and everything of where Claude is, what location she's at, who she's talking to. And looks like Claude and her lady friend are talking to a guy, right? So they're moving the product around, this designer product. They're moving it around, talking to a couple of people, finding out what's going on. And yeah, your girl Liliana is getting all the receipts, all the pictures as to who's who and what's going down. So she's definitely doing exactly what Tommy asked her to do. And she definitely is going to get that information back to Tommy. So now we see the three guys, we see Diamond, we see Tommy, and we see Vic. So now they're at the Yard House, the Yardies. They're trying to meet up with the Yardies to definitely take over. They're not trying to make a deal. They're trying to take over. So Liliana sends, images of what Claude is doing to Tommy, and he's looking at all that while he's standing there next to Vic. And yeah, Diamond's going in about how his mom used to work at the slaughterhouse and everything, and it was spraying down a whole bunch of stuff, and it smelled a lot, but eventually they got used to the smell. So he's giving that story, right? And they're all listening to the story about what went down and how it wasn't like the best job in the world. So, they're waiting for, the Yardies to come through to kind of like let them know they want to basically take over and not make a deal, but really take over that particular pipeline and that particular section of Chicago to bring the product through. And then Elijah calls Diamond on some like, yo, get up out of there, man. Somebody tipped the police off and they're coming through. You know what I'm saying? It's all on the scanners, right? So Diamond's like, word, what? Okay. Yo, let's go. We got to get out of here. And Tommy's like, what? Let's go. What happened? What happened to the Yardies? What happened? It's like, yo, we got to get out of here. Somebody tipped off the police. So they jump in the car and they're about to skate off, right? They're about to go and everything else like that. They get in there and then they see this blue truck come through with some dudes on the back of it. It's like, yo, what is going on? That must be the Yardies or whatever. And they're looking and the police start chasing after them and not coming to Tommy and Diamond and everything else like that. So they get away and, Tommy's just like, yo, what was that about? You got that tip off, but, you need to let us know in advance, that possibly, it could have been a setup. So Diamond's like, yo, my bad. I'm letting you know right now. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, Diamond don't report to Tommy, but he's letting them know, like, yo, it is what it is. Like, we almost got caught out there, but it didn't go down. Another deal that didn't go down, and definitely Tommy is disappointed again, right? So Vic is just like, man, like, what's going on? He saw detective going after that blue truck, right? You remember that detective. So now we see Tommy, and he's with Vic in the car, and they're going back to the location. And Vic is like, yo, I need to, make some phone calls and reconnect. He's like, nah, let me drop you off first. And then Vic is like, yo, let's go get a drink, though. Let's go and get a drink. And Tommy's like, all right, cool, right? Everything seems pretty cool, right? It seems pretty cool. And then they go to Dr. Parker's, right? That's the bar that Glow runs and everything. And Vic is about to go inside and Tommy stops and he's like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna go inside for a drink, right? He's about to leave because he knows Glow is there and him going in there with Vic is not a good look. So Vic comes back and he's like, hey, listen, man, I already know you messing around with Glow. I already know that. So Tommy's like, yo, what's up with that? Like, so you already know what's going on. What do you want to watch? You want to watch me and Glow or something, right? He's like, yeah. So your boy Vic comes out. He's like, listen, whatever's going on with you and her, that's temporary, B. And he's just being bold about it. And he's like, yeah, so you know what's going on. So why would you doing business with me? And why'd you want to get a drink? He's like, well, I just wanted to make sure you didn't, have 2 shells for me from a strap. And Tommy's like, oh, that's why? Oh, okay, you want to make sure you could trust me or whatever. He says, yo, it's business over everything, man. It's business over everything, for real. So Vic's car rolls up to pick him up. And he's like, yo, Vic, before he gets in the car, he's like, yo, all I need is one. All I need is one round just for you. And he points his finger at him like he's about to, pow, pow, right? And Vic is like, yeah, okay, I see you. You know what I mean? So basically he understands that Tommy is not mixing business with pleasure, but all that time, your girl Glow sees the 2 boys talking, and she probably overheard everything. So now Diamond, he's back at the shop, And your boy Jannard is going in on Diamond. He's like, yo, now you messing with the Yardies, man. Like, yo, what's up with that, man? Like, that's not even a good look. Like, we know not to mess with them. And, Elijah was just like, yeah, man, if I didn't tip you, man, like, y'all would have been all caught up and everything, right? So Jannard is going in on Diamond's like, yo, ever since you got back and ever since this white boy, Tommy came into the picture, you have not been making good decisions. And, Diamond's just like, yo, listen, I'm going to make the decisions that I need to make and everything, and it's going to be all good. And Jannard is just like, yo, I've been running this thing for 15 years, man, and we know not to mess with these guys. That's not a good look for you. And, yeah, it would have been messed up if you would have got locked up again. Like, seriously. Make him feel bad, make him feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. And he's like, yo, man, seriously, like, you coming out here, you kind of making the wrong decisions. So Diamond's kind of thinking about it or whatever, but at the same time, he's like, nah, he ain't trying to hear all that. Here comes Walter Flynn. And Walter is talking to Vic. And he's like, listen, you running with Diamond and that boy Tommy? We knew that Walter would find out one way or another. He got eyes everywhere. He's like, listen, boy, like, I've been putting this thing together for you, for the legacy. And now you going and running around. And Vic is just like, yo, I want to do my own thing. I want to make it my own. And he's like, listen, man, if I get with Glow, then basically I can't have the legacy. And he's like, yeah, you cannot have the legacy. You know what's required in order to be, running this show when I'm gone. And Vic is like, well, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go down that path, the same path that you have me going down, right? So, yeah, it looks like your boy Tommy actually goes inside and talks to Glow. And he's like, hey, listen, your boy knows what's going on between me and you. And he's like, listen, it's business over, personal. Like, it's money over everything. And he's like, listen, I'm going to find another bar to go to for a while. He's like, thanks for welcoming me to Chicago. Like, it's been real. And she's like, hey, it's all good. Like, it's all good. Like, yeah, it was basically nice meeting you, da-da-da-da. Like, he's about to skate off because he doesn't want his relationship with her to mess up the business that he's trying to do. So she's like, okay, well, it is what it is. But I don't think that Glow is done with Tommy yet. I don't think she's done with your boy yet. So he goes outside and guess who he sees? Of course, Walter Flynn popping up out of nowhere. So Walter Flynn is talking to him like, yeah, so you still in my town. You still trying to run my city, huh? And Tommy, he's just like, I don't even care who you are and what you're doing. And your boy Walter's like, yo, if you get my son involved with this, blase blah. So, Tommy's just like, yo, I'm not getting your son involved in anything he doesn't want to get involved in. And you say I'm dragging him down. Maybe I'm lifting him up, Walter. Maybe I'm lifting him up. You ever think about that? And Walter's just like this guy, this arrogant guy, man. He really does not like Tommy. So now we see Liliana. She goes back after, snooping on Claude, and she goes to her spot. And some dude comes out of nowhere and grabs her, right? Snatches her up. And we don't know who this is, right? So now we're back with JP and Tommy. And yeah, they're reminiscing about how, JP's father raised him and everything, and how he was a single father. And, it's crazy how, Kate, who is Tommy's mother, definitely left, had JP and left, right? Bounced or whatever. But his father's like, yeah, I raised him to be a good kid, and he was running game and talking about the Tooth Fairy and everything. And, he made him think that the Tooth Fairy was real by putting little powdered footsteps, little small footsteps on the windows and on the floor. And they're joking and reminiscing about everything. But, his father seems to be a good dude. And Tommy sees that. And Tommy's like, yo, you definitely are a good father. And, his father's like, yo, that wasn't an opening for you to compliment me and all this and that. So he's really trying to fill out Tommy to see how Tommy is and see if he's a real dude. But they're laughing about everything, you know, and it seems like Tommy's cool with that. Tommy's really getting to know his brother and his brother's father, you know, his half brother and his brother's father. So Tommy gets a message from Liliana, and she's like, yeah, you know, bring the supply and bring Ghost. So he's like, oh, shoot. He's like, everything's all right, son? He's like, yeah, you know, the pipes busted in my apartment. I got to go handle that. So he talks to, you know, JP's father, like, yeah, maybe one day we could be cool. You seem like a cool dude. And his father's looking like, yeah, right. I don't know. So Tommy's like, well, maybe not. Right. And then he skates off. So now the Serbs have Liliana in the back of their truck. And they're like, okay, where's your connect? Where's your connect? Right. So boom, Tommy comes out of nowhere. Bow, 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 bow. And yeah, they're now taken out. And she's like, what took you so long? He's like, yeah, how about, you know, thank you for saving your life. And yeah, she's just like, he's talking to her like, how did you not know that the products was the Serbs, man? Like, not the Serbians. Like, are you serious? She's like, yo, I took the dude out and didn't, you know, account for whose it was. Now, back at the shop, we see your boy Diamond. You know, he's definitely getting it in on the bag. And here comes Tommy with Liliana. And he's like, yo, that's cute. Like, this your little sidekick or whatever. Everybody's always joking on Liliana. Like, you know, she's a side chick. She's a shadow or whatever. And he's like, yeah, listen, man, I need a place to, you know, hide her for a little bit. And me and you, we got to talk. We got to talk about, you know, everything that's going on. Right. So your boy Diamond goes and gets Jannard, and Jannard is like, oh, hell no. Nah. He's like, not this girl again. And she's like, yeah, you going to give me my money for, you know, my work? And Tommy's like, yeah, this is going to work out. Come on, Diamond, let's go talk. So she's looking at Jannard like, yeah, you still owe me 8 G's for cooking up the product and everything else like that, right? So, yeah, it also looks like there's some type of connection between Jannard and Liliana. So we're going to get into that. Now, we see this lady, she lands in a helicopter, and they're showing her a picture of Liliana. And yes, it's one of the Serbs' leader, Tatiana. And we probably saw her in Power because she had to be in Power before, right? So Tatiana, she lands in Chicago because, yeah, she's there to get the product and to get this girl, Liliana. So Liliana is in the basement with Jannard, hiding out, whatever. And they keep talking about that $8,000 that he owes her. And he's like, well, you didn't finish the work. And she's like, oh, that's only because you kept trying to mess with me while I was trying to do the work. You remember that when she was cooking up stuff for Tommy in the kitchen, you know, she took off her clothes and she had, like, you know, her underwear on. So, of course, that was the indication for Jannard to try to mess with her while she was trying to work. So she's like, yeah, I didn't finish the job because you kept trying to mess with me. Now, Diamond and Tommy are walking around, and Tommy's asking questions about, you know, the Serbs and, you know, what's their role in Chicago, because he didn't know until they showed up. And yeah, you know, he's trying to find out what's going on, right, because of what happened. So now we shoot back to the basement, and we see your boy Jannard getting it in with some of the product. And she's just like, yo, are you going to pay me my $8K? Because if you pay me the money, then, yeah, you can touch that scar on my face like you wanted to, da-da-da-da. So, yeah, Jannard is still trying to get at Liliana. And, you know, they're just talking about how, you know, she's talking about how, you know, why you not at the table with Diamond? And he's like, yo, forget all of that. He starts to get upset. So Diamond and Tommy are finishing up their conversation, and basically, you know, he's asking Tommy what he wants, and, you know, Tommy's like, yo, I want that pipeline and everything. But Diamond's just like, yo, you know what? On this one, I got to sit out on this one, man, because this has nothing to do with the business. You know, really, it kind of does, but, you know, you going against the Serbs, you know, they're kind of wild. They're not like us. You know, I'm going to have to sit out on this one and protect my people. Like, you're going to have to pray and do whatever you need to do to get through this one, but I'm not going to be able to have your back on this one. So, you know, Diamond pretty much is backing out to protect CBI, but at the same time, he knows he wants to do business with Tommy. All right, so now we got D-Mac, and he's with his boy, and they're about to go in. He's like, yeah, listen, we're going to go into this club, we're going to light it up, and we're going to get out of here. But his boy's just like, why? Like, yo, what's going on with that? Like, where's the money at? Like, we not robbing this place? What's going on? Right, so JP comes out with the bat, and he's like, yo, put down the straps, I'm going to bust your head open and everything else like that. And yeah, D sees his father for the first time probably in a long time face to face, and he could talk to his father right now. But it doesn't look like JP recognizes D-Mac at all. Doesn't recognize his son at all. So yeah, what happens is his boy is about to take out the strap on JP. JP son, D-Mac, shoots up in the air. And everybody comes out and they're all like, yo, we gotta go, we gotta go. So they skate off, but D-Mac stands there and he's looking at his father. He's looking at his father face to face. And JP's like, yo, why you keep spraying up my club? Like, what is going on? And he has the opportunity to say something to his dad. But again, his dad doesn't recognize him. He probably doesn't look the way he used to look. He probably just looks like a goon to JP because JP is just upset and everything else like that. I don't think he recognizes his own son. And that's the crazy part. And then D-Mac runs off, because he doesn't answer the question of why he's messing with the club. Now we see your boy Tommy, and he is snooping around, looking to see what the Serbs are doing, right? So now we see Liliana and Jannard, and she again is just like, yo, give me my money so I can skate off. You know what I'm saying? You give me 8K, and then, you could touch my scar. You could touch my scar on my face, right? So she's just looking at him. And again, it looks like they've had something in the past, not just on some, like, hey, this, that, and the third. So Jannard is just like, yo, man, I'll give you your money. I'll give you this money if you take out Tommy or whatever, right? So Tommy messages Liliana like, yo, let's go, right? He's ready to go. And so he gives her the money, and she's like, all right, you could touch my scar. So he tenderly strokes her scar on her face. And then he goes in and he kisses her scar. Gives her like 2 kisses, and then she's looking at him, and she's like, thanks for the money. And then she skates off. And Jannard is looking at her, he's kind of like on the product as well, but he's looking at her like, man, like I would do something with you. So now we got your girl Claude, and she's talking to the chemist, finally meeting up with the chemist. And the chemist is like, yeah, can we get down to business? Like, why am I here? So basically, Claude is on some like, hey, listen, we need more of that product, that designer product that you created, and we need it in abundance. We need quality and we need quantity, right? And yeah, that's what, Claude's girl is like, yeah, we need it all. We needed a lot of it, like right now. We need more of that designer product. And the chemist is just like, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea. So they start going in and saying how they have documentation, original documentation showing that, yeah, really the product was one thing, but you falsified documentation to the government that was paying you and said it was something else, said it wasn't marketable or whatever. So now that they're not looking at you, we want you to create that product and create it in abundance right now. And she's like, well, do I have any options? And Claude is like, nah, you don't have any options at all because we have this documentation on you. So because we got something on you, we want you to create more of it in abundance right now. So yeah, they pretty much back her in a corner, and she's going to have to produce more of that designer product. So now we see your boy Tommy and Liliana looking over the city, and now it's time for them to meet up with the Serbs to give them the product back, right? But of course, Tommy's playing chess, not checkers. So he comes through with the product, and he's like, here's your product. I see that you guys are here, and we don't want any problems pretty much. So then Tatiana goes in and she's like, I don't think so. You took out some of my men and everything else like that. And, like give up Liliana. So she wants Liliana because, yeah, she's like, yeah, you took out some of my men already. And he's like, and she's like, yeah, I should take you out. And he's like, yeah, you can't take me out because I'm already dead, right? And the goons are looking like they're about to pull out the straps and really take out Tommy. He's like, you're not going to do that. And she's talking or whatever, and she's about to tell the guys to take out the straps. And boom, bow, bow. Your boy Vic takes out the goons. And Vic got Tommy's back. He's like, yo, we all in this. We all in this. And then she's like, yeah, well, I saved your life and this, that, and the third. And Tommy just takes her and he takes her out. He's like, yeah, you shouldn't have said who you were. Like, you shouldn't have told me who you were. And then he takes her out. So now Liliana, Tommy, they looking over the city. And yeah, Liliana's like, a storm's coming. And Tommy's like, yeah, nah, it's already here. So that's the end of episode 4. This is the recap for episode 4. Definitely drop your thoughts, your theories on this episode. What did you think about it on a scale of 1 to 10? Was it a great episode? Was it a good episode? Give me your thoughts, your theories on this as we get getting closer and closer to this big storm that's about to happen, that's coming down, where now the Serbs are definitely going to be coming after Tommy and Liliana more so than ever because of what just happened and Tatiana being taken out. It's about to heat up, fam. Will Diamond come through and have Tommy's back? We see that Vic now has his back, and we find out that, yeah, Tommy basically was like, yo, it's money over, Gloria. So Tommy's leaving Gloria alone so he can handle business with Vic. And they have that agreement, and that's why Vic came through and basically kind of saved Tommy because, yeah, he also owed Tommy his life as well because Tommy saved his life in the beginning. So let me know your thoughts, your theories, and you know what it is, fam. It's your man, VACAY-J. I appreciate you for watching. And until next time, salute.